Hello guys, welcome to AR tutorials. Today I'll be telling you about my experience in the Codsoft machine learning internship, and this video is going to be the explanatory video about my tasks. Whatever task I have performed in the Codsoft, I'll be just giving you an interview what are the types of tasks, how you can do, and whatever necessary steps you have to take for learning or to get this internship. So first I have chosen the machine learning internship from the Codsoft. I have given specifically 5 tasks and we have to perform any 3 of them to complete the internship. And 3 tasks are basically depend upon the various fields inside the machine learning only. You have to perform the task and use the various algorithms, how to implement it and what to do. You have to learn it by your own self. You have to just perform the given problem set with the data set also is provided. You have to perform the task. So my first task I have completed was this, the credit card fraud detection. So in which we have to build a model and we have given the data set. Here we have to use the different algorithms and we have to just classify the transactions are fraudulent or legitimate. This type of question was there, and we have to take the dataset from this. The dataset has been given, it was the Kaggle dataset. So let me show you the dataset. So this was the dataset. It is a pretty good size of database, almost 50-60,000 lines are present here. So this was our database. So the dataset was there. So let me show you whatever I have did. So as machine learning is involved, we have to only use the Python notebook because it gives the most structural and clear formatted video types of codes. The chunks are provided and you have to just follow up that much of part and you can solve it. So first I have imported all the necessary files which I required. Then I have imported the CSV. Then I have just printed the columns to check whatever columns are there. So I found that these many columns are there in which some are not very useful to find the transaction is fraudulent or not. So whatever I did, I first segmented out the amount, that how much fraud is there inside the money. I came to know that the fraud is between a decimal points of number. At least means if you had 1,000 rupees scam, then it would only give you the 10.0 like this. The image decimal pointing is there. So I have just, if it is greater than 0, then high amount I have taken, and if not, then medium, and else low value. Now I have defined a function and in which will perform on the rows. Now whatever I have did, I have a data segment. It is a data frame. I have made a new row, defining a new row named as the amount segment, and I have applied this function in that, so that whatever the value would be there, it would be printed in there in that column. And then I have printed head to check whether what is there. So at last you can see the medium value, low value. This was not there in my previous data set. I have added this new, and with this I'll do the segmentation. Now I have just plot the figure. I have using the C bonds, I have plotted the figure of the transactions. So this is the figures of high, level and low, that how much the fraudulents are there, how much are frauds and how much are non-frauds. So second, I have just compared with the amount segment, fraud distribution with the amount segment. Similar graph I have drawn. Just for 0 it is fraud and 1 it is non-fraud. So so this is the bar graph which I have drawn, and then it is the and this type of, it is a category. I have a lot of entries, so I have made it in the horizontal way. You can also do it. So just one line of code is required. So this is the categories. Now pre-processing starts from here. Here I have just printed first what I have to do, and then I have run a loop, and then run loop I have just calculated the types, what are the types and what are the labels. Then this label encoders are basically runs to the rows section. So in rows, whatever the objects are there, it will just combine it, and it would be very easy to perform. So then what we have done, we have made a data frame, and we have dropped all the unnecessary columns which you don't require at all for checking the are checking the fraudulent data or not. And what we have done, now we have to train the data. Now XY train, you should know XY train and split. So whatever I have done, I have made a X data frame. In that data frame, I have just dropped the column each fraud, and with regards to all other columns, I have put it in the X, and Y is only of the X. So what I have done, X train and split I have occurred with 0.2 size, means 80% would be of train data set, and 20% would be of test data set. So this would be there, and with the standard scalar we have just performed the train and test series. Now this is just what we have achieved. The percentages would be there, that for high, low and medium. Then this logistic regression we have given in the question. For logistic regression, random forest and the gradient descent. So now these are the training models, training in which we have provided each the XY trains. We have made the models. This we have passed in the array. Now what we have done, we have given the names and we have just looped them out. And when we have looping, we have just print what are their ROC scores, their means and scores, using the XY square. And then we have done the evaluation, that the model, whatever it is, this evaluate model just prints that what is the best, what are the prediction scores, and whatever it is in the for loop we have. Now these are the outputs. The logistics gives 0.90, means 90%. Random forest gives 98. Gradient boosting gives 99, which is the highest. Then we compare the precision, accuracy, and other factors also. Then again we have just created the hyperparameters. That what are the hyperparameters? If our data sometimes exceeds, we don't consider it. We only consider the data which has the hyperparameters, such that we should only be in that zone only, in that parameters only. So I have used these hyperparameters, and I have written the what is the best parameters for the random forest, for gradient boosting, because these two are the highest. And these two I have done. Same again for the logistic, tuned random forest. And again now this plot I have done for the random forest, applying random forest. What is the difference seen in these graphs? I have shown in the using the gradient descent. First I have made it from random forest, then from the gradient descent. And this is for random forest, another is for gradient descent. And then I have compared the ROC curve. How the ROC curves are compared? The edges you have to see. The green line, which is gradient boosting, has the sharper peaks at the end, and it is the steeper side, whereas the random forest curves from the at 0.7 point, it starts curving. So it's good, but according to the perspective of vision, or according to the perspective of predictions, the steeper or the peaker, narrower sides would matter the most. That's why the gradient descent won this. So this was the evaluation task. Thank you.